We are live. Woo!
Hallelujah.
Can you share on your page real quick?
Can you do that from StreamYard?
Yeah, because you're on your iPad, right? Or you're on your phone?
Oh, I'm on my iPad, but I'm gonna get on my phone and share real quick. Let's share. Let's share. Share. Listen, when I tell you I just got this phone and I'm not used to it,
What phone is it?
it is an S21, 20 something, 22,
Mm.
21. I don't know. I don't like it.
Why did you get
I didn't
another
have
one?
it because my other one was acting up. Like it
Mm.
wasn't connecting to the network. Like I
Mm.
tried to refresh it and all that stuff. They're like, "You're due for an upgrade." Why? I didn't say I want to upgrade. I want my phone to work. That's
Mm.
all I want. That's all I asked for. It's all I requested. But that's that. All right, hold on. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Oh, you shared a live video. You shared a live. I don't see where it says you're live now.
So it's on my page and it's on my um
Oh, you know what?
register
I'm an idiot.
page also.
I went to the group. I didn't go to the page.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hmm. See, now it's my turn to have all the connection issues. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, I see from the main page it says you're live. Okay. This is hilarious.
And I don't know. I mean, if
Oh,
anybody
I see it.
if anybody leaves comments, it should pop through. You guys might have to go through StreamYard and actually allow us to read your comments because right now it's not going through. So for those of you who may have questions that you want answered in a very specific way, go to StreamYard and hit the permission button or something along those lines to make sure your comment gets shown.
There we go. I posted. I think I shared it. I'm scared.
You shared? Great. Thank you, love.
I'm scared.
Mom said I talked to you mean.
You do.
How did I say it, Jamal?
You like, I'm trying to go live.
I, I didn't do all that.
It was pretty funny. Like,
Don't be adding stuff.
here you go. I'm trying to go live.
Right.
No, it wasn't that bad. I don't want the live people joining in to think that you're a horrible husband.
Man, so how was your day today?
You know what? My day was actually not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Got to wet the whistle. But I honestly just kind of chilled. I relaxed. I went on a little stroll through a park. Um, then my phone started acting up, so I went to T-Mobile, and I've actually was at T-Mobile for like 4 hours, five
Why so
hours. It was
long?
well, first they tried to diagnose the network issues because it was just wasn't connecting to the network. I could connect to Wi-Fi, but I couldn't connect to the actual calling network.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was waiting for them to try to rectify that. And then the girl mentioned the upgrade, and I was just like, okay, I might as well. So then it took a little while for all the stuff to transfer from my old phone to the new phone. Because I decided to trade in my old phone. So now I have this Samsung something or another.
Mm-hmm.
So no more LG.
No. Carlos said, "What? Say it again, love." Did you hear?
No, absolutely not.
He said, "Y'all
I,
ain't friends." Oh.
that's fine. I mean, okay. I can say hi to you from a distance. I have an iPad, and it's only because it was cheap. Um,
Mhm.
I just never really been a fan of Apple products. I'm sorry. It just
Did you? Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I've had both, but I love iPhone.
no, thank
But
you.
let's get down to business. Did you get a
Yes,
chance
let's.
to see the episode?
I haven't yet. I'm going to watch though. I just Like I just got home when I talked to you, so I haven't
Mhm.
watched it all the way through. I watched like a little bit of it, and then I talked to you. So I'm definitely interested to watch it all the way through it this time.
I got a chance to. I don't know what I'm gonna do about my audio because that Yeti mic that I have is just like it's so loud. I have it low. I
Uh
have it
huh.
low, and I don't understand why it's just as loud. And then it wasn't until I had my connection issues where the mic went, the volume of the mic went down.
Oh,
So
got you.
I for the first 22 minutes, it just made me cringe. I was so upset,
Oh,
and
got
it
you.
kind of put me in this mood here because it's like, it fucking sounds horrible, and
Oh my gosh, you're
weird.
dramatic. It's funny because
Well,
when you're doing things like this live, I guess you don't really notice
yeah.
until you watch it later, and you're like I even that clip that we posted, like I was like, why do I sound like I'm not talking? Like why do I sound this low? Like
Hmm.
maybe I need to
Uh,
project. I don't know, but
yeah. So I just need to make a commitment to myself. I guess what I need to do is actually record it and then listen and then go back and before I post it because I got your episode from next that's coming up pretty soon for next week.
mhm.
I hadn't listened to yet, and then I have two more that I have to listen to.
Look
So
at you. You sound like a bona fide producer.
fucking man,
I
I got
I
to
want to
figure
be
out,
in a movie.
huh?
You doing a movie? Can I be in your movie?
I got to figure out about this audio though. I just
Why am I
gotta.
leaning like this though? What am I selling?
I don't know. Telling yourself.
That's what I'm saying. Can I be in your movie? It's awful. Real bad. I'm doing real bad.
um, so, how did you feel after we got done? Because we did part one and two within 24 hours.
We
I mean,
did, yeah.
um,
Uh, Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I wish you had gotten out. Part of the idea was, and I know you had to go hang out at T-Mobile for 4 hours, so I get it. But part of it was to kind of, you know, ask questions about how the process went. Um,
I mean, you
but
still can.
well, yeah, I have to go back and try to remember it. Well, I mean,
You talking about
I
my process or the process of recording? What are you talking about?
well, I guess in general, just the process of recording.
Got you.
Uh, did you feel better after you got that off your chest?
Oh, got you.
Are you going to be
Um,
thinking about doing your own podcast?
that's so funny. Well, to answer your first question, I actually, honestly, I felt perfectly fine because I feel like I stood in everything that I said in the podcast. I didn't embellish. I didn't, try to deflect or anything. I just said, "This is what happened. Here you go." Like I think I was pretty honest about everything that actually transpired. So if someone else feels a certain way about that, that's on them. But I feel like it's my truth to tell, and that's what I did. So I felt perfectly fine. It's funny because I've gotten a few comments about the live that I did, and everybody was like, I was waiting for you to spill some tea. I was waiting for you to say something. And they were like, you were too busy saying hi to people. I was
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
sorry that I want to acknowledge people coming in, especially
Mm-hmm.
because I think because on that particular live, there were so many people that popped in because I guess they had seen the picture earlier in the day and was kind of wondering like what was going on. So maybe I popped up in their stream. They're like, "Oh my god, let me tune in!" And these are people I hadn't seen or talked to in a very long time. So it's just like, "Hi, hey, I see you. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
hey." So maybe I won't do that next time. Maybe I'll just pop in and just talk and then open the floor up for comments.
And the same guy that's talking about I don't have nothing to talk about and I ain't got
I
no audience.
don't.
It's
I
like,
don't.
mm-hmm.
Excuse me. I think this incident, if you will, for lack of better wording, I think because it was so unexpected, I
Mm-hmm.
think that made it more interesting to people to understand what happened. Because I think most people that know me know where I worked. They always saw me posting about, how much fun I had there, and things like that. my Kohl's anniversaries and things like that. So people, it's interesting how social media can get vested in your life. And you don't really notice it until you have like a dramatic life change. So, me being there 11 years, that's pretty much more or less actually than the entire time I've been on Facebook. So I think most people, have kind of grown with me there.
Mhm.
Um, so to not to see that happen, everybody was like, "What? What? What? I want to know why. What happened? You of all people, you? Why?" And I think that's why I wanted to be as honest as possible about what happened, so people could understand what happened. And I think I did that really well. I think.
I think so too. I think you did really good. Nah,
Thank
you know,
you.
um, I talked a little bit about like my experience with the company that I was with and me getting
Absolutely.
fired, and um, it. I remember saying that um, I was conflicted about it for a long time. I would get really upset because the thing about it is even though I hated that job, I'm pretty sure I would have stayed there a lot longer than I should have. You know,
I, that's fair.
and what was interesting to me when I go back and I look over it, I had actually filled out an ethics hotline thing
Hmm.
where it was a particular situation, it was a particular rep that I had issues with. And it was interesting, like after I did that, because it was like maybe a few weeks before they fired me, I had
Hmm.
I did that, and I don't know, I kind of felt like it was retaliatory. They didn't have an issue with what I said initially because it was just a disagreement, and then all of a sudden now, I come back from Thanksgiving break and they want to tell me I'm terminated, based on
Yeah.
that happened 3 months prior. So, I mean, I don't
Hmm.
believe there was a big old investigation that happened, for them
Right.
to, because it was pretty cut and dry. I said the N word. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, who
Right.
did they, get approval from if it was such a horrible offense, you know what I'm saying? Um,
Right.
but, God, to me, I believe God makes things happen for a reason.
Hmm.
And, that reason was probably because it was time for me to move on because I really wasn't happy there, you know. Um,
And I
and
think, like you said, one point, that was his way of kind of pushing you to get out of there,
mhm,
to push you to leave. Because even like you just said a few minutes ago, you probably would have still been there.
yeah,
You
yeah,
probably would have stayed longer than
yeah.
you should have.
hmm
So
And I don't
absolutely.
know. Today I just kind of feel off, if you will. Um, I feel well. Firstly, I actually had my first. I did my first notarizing yesterday, so
I
that was
saw, I did. I saw it
I was
earlier. I think I
happy about.
clicked love. I think I did.
And the funny thing
I
is
think I
that
did.
she lives a couple doors down, so I had given her my card the day that I had actually got them, and she was like, "I knew you. I couldn't remember," and she came and knocked on the door, and I was so happy about it. And
Oh,
yeah, I was so excited. I was so happy.
tear. I still don't
Uh,
have napkins to
I mean,
do my
the thing is like
dramatic tear.
with being a notary here in the state of Florida, you have to. There's certain charges that you have to, and you can't charge more than a certain amount. And
Right.
I didn't charge her. I mean, just because it's just convenient that I had the stamp to be able to do it. I looked over it thoroughly, and I was like, and I had her do her little thing, and it was. I was just so happy. I was outdone when that happened.
Oh,
Today I kind of got up with that excitement, like, oh, like who else is gonna, and the rest of the day, Jamal Bivens, the dramatic. Look at Tanita. Tanita, Mimi says hi.
my
She said, actually,
sister.
she don't say hi. She said, hey.
That's her. Absolutely. Is she live on the Facebook or on the Facebook? I sound like I'm
On
70
the
years old.
face. Yeah, she's live on Facebook. And then
Oh, okay.
Emma Smith says, LOL, Jamal A. Bivens, the dramatic uh, tier.
It's who I am. It's who I've become as a person.
How you doing, Emma? Thanks for
It's
joining us.
funny. Hey, Emma May. And again, congratulations, Emma May, on your nuptials. I was very excited to be there. Very, very excited that I
Oh,
could be
that's who
there.
that was.
Yes,
Oh, that's who
that
that
is
is.
that's my girl Emma. We go way back.
Congratulations, Emma.
Yes. And
Congratulations.
I
Yeah.
taught her how to cry with a folded napkin.
Uh-huh. On
You get
the
the corner
Facebook.
and you put it right there on the tear duct.
Tanita, Tanita Mimi says on the Facebook.
On the Facebook. We're on the
On the Facebook.
Facebook.
But
I
congrats,
sound
Emma.
like I'm 70.
Congrats. We
Yes, congrats, Emma. We love
me and
you.
my husband been married 6 years
Okay.
now, and I regret the day we. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I came right in when you started doing that. LOL, so silly. Aw, no. I I love my
So
husband.
awful.
He's a good guy. Jamal actually was there at the wedding.
I sure was. Oh,
Almost
good
7 years.
times. It really has. That was
Mm-hmm.
December 5th. December 5th, yeah,
Yeah,
2015.
2015.
Whew.
Yeah, exactly. It was
We we could
it
talk about that a little.
was I really had a good time. The interesting thing about, weddings is, depending
Oh,
on who,
Tanita.
huh?
I just saw
Tanita.
Tanita's laughing comment pop up.
Uh, and normally I'm a spectator at weddings, and this
Hmm.
time, obviously, when I got married, I wasn't a spectator; I was in it,
Yeah,
and I don't really remember too much of the day, other than just showing up and doing our vows, and you know,
yeah.
we, I remember when me and Carlos were supposed to do our little dance, our first dance as a couple. He didn't even want to do
He did
it.
not. He didn't.
He was
He
all
didn't want to
like,
get up.
"I
I
don't
was
like
looking like, what are y'all doing?
talking."
What's happening? What's next? No, I distinctly remember the day. It was first of all, it was a very beautiful day. Like
It
the day
was.
itself was beautiful. Slightly windy, but I don't think it was windy enough to mess up my hair at the time. Just um, just being on the lake and everything, it was just absolutely beautiful. I think my fondest takeaway was the did we leave fingerprints or was it
Yeah,
handprints?
I have it.
Yeah,
I have.
okay.
Yeah.
Uh, that was awesome. I don't know why that's like the smallest piece of it for me, but it
Mhm.
was the biggest thing for me to see the colors of the red and the purple, and I was like, "This is so cute! Like, this is
I don't know
cute."
who
And
came
hair.
up with the idea. I don't. Well, not the colors, but the actual, the tree with the. I see on the story and I say, okay. Carlos came up with that idea. It seems like,
Oh, look at him being all smart and stuff. Except with Apple, but that's a whole nother conversation for another day.
and the thing I like about that day is I actually two of my best friends who are no longer here were both there. They met that day. Um, so, Darlena,
Absolutely.
George. Oh man, um,
Oh,
that was an interesting situation
hearts, hearts,
because
hearts.
the night before we stayed at my buddy Sam house. You know Sam.
I remember Sam. Absolutely.
Yeah, we stayed over at my buddy Sam house, and George had a panic attack. He ended up breaking uh, Sam's door, and Sam was like, "He's not welcome back here again anymore." Which I was like,
he he can't come back.
you know,
Oops.
uh, and yeah, and he passed away in January of 2017. So 5 years.
Oh,
Now, and Darlena passed away November of 2019. So
wow.
yeah,
Full
um,
circle. But we send hearts and love regard. We
yeah,
send hearts and love.
I miss
Hearts
him.
and hearts and love.
I miss him.
I can
So
imagine. I think that's when I first met her. I think.
Darlena,
I think I
yeah,
met. I kind of met her in passing
yeah,
somewhere else, and I
hmm
remember meeting her there at the wedding, and
yeah,
just like I shared with you before, just an awesome spirit. To be completely
yeah.
honest, it
She's
was
real
really awesome.
sweet.
Very much so. Very much so.
Um. So,
I thought I was
uh,
getting on Facebook.
say it again.
I was trying to log on to Facebook on my tablet. My
Um,
tablet.
You got another
because my
tablet?
phone. Oh, I thought you saw this one.
What tablet
No,
is that one?
this is a S7.
What?
Yeah, S7.
Everybody ain't able to have an S7.
Boy,
Would you?
I
You
don't.
got
It
that today?
doesn't. What'd you say?
Did you get that today also?
No, no, no. I've had this for maybe a month or so, maybe a month.
Gotcha.
It's determined not to let me watch anything on Facebook. Like, what's happening? I
Mm.
can't open posts.
Uh
I,
oh.
why?
That's
Why?
that's that Sprint. That's that Sprint service.
Probably. It's probably exactly what it is. It's probably
um.
exactly.
Oh
Excuse
yeah,
me.
Sprint don't exist no more. It's T-Mobile's
S Mobile.
at S-Mobile.
I don't want
Um.
to talk to Bixby. How do you reboot this thing? I'm confusion.
So anything you want to talk about specifically, Jamal? Everybody on here, they on here to see you, boo.
I don't know why. Ain't that important? I mean, if they
They
want to
want.
see me, they can ask me questions and I can answer them.
They want to. They want you to spill some tea.
I mean, if they watched the podcast, I really did. I don't know.
And there's a
But
part two. There's a part two.
and a part two where I spill some more tea.
Yeah. Don't hate
Even
on me too. Don't hate on me too hard about the audio, y'all. I'm so
that was
sorry.
pretty funny. No,
I'm
it's
bad.
nothing to hate.
I don't
I
normally.
think everything I think everything came out well. I really do. I really,
Mhm.
really do.
um,
But no, I don't listen. I think I said before that we wanted 2022 to be about change, and we wanted 2022 to be about, getting back to well, me, but getting
oh,
back to yourself, and just,
real.
um figuring out what makes you tick and what makes you work. And um I think slowly but surely that's what I'm doing. Oh, hello again.
Hola.
Hola.
Yep, that's it.
Yo sé español muy poquito. I said
Espanol.
that wrong. That's
Yo no sé
wrong.
inglés. Yo sí.
He said he knows this. He said he knows English. It's el mismo, the same.
El mismo.
Así.
I see.
No así, sino así. Menos que nada.
Muy poquito.
Muy poquito.
Muy. Muy. Muy,
Carlos,
muy, muy.
say no more. We be having full ass conversations and shit, and I'd be like, going, and Carlos be like, "Wait, you going too fast."
Right. Slow down. Stop.
Estamos
Hold on.
como el perro. No
Hmm?
explota.
What's
Estamos
up?
There's Facebook. There we go.
Susie's not
There
too
we
fast.
go.
Susie, don't let him talk to you like that. Uh,
See, I like to I can
Susie. Tanita said, "Let me go watch that then." Go on,
she
watch that
late.
then, Tanita. I appreciate your sister.
We've been advertising all week. She should have been already.
Yeah, yeah. It came on at 7 o'clock. You can go on YouTube and find it too. Please, 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 please.
Right. YouTube and Facebook. I even shared it on my page. So you can go to my you ain't even gotta go far. We want you to go to Reggie's Expressions and we want you to subscribe to Reggie's Expressions and like the page and
I
subscribe,
appreciate that.
because don't let this be the first and last time that you visit Reggie's Expressions.
Thank you. I appreciate the love, man. Thank you so much.
Listen, we go way back. It's natural. Like, it's what we do. It's what we do.
Look at what
Did
Tanita
you say
said.
don't come for me? First of
Yes.
all, I didn't even send for you, so there's no way I can come for you. But second of
All right,
never
Kenya.
mind.
All right, Kenya.
Let
No,
me
it's
send
on
you a
both.
plane ticket.
It's on both. It's on Facebook and YouTube. It's Reggie's Expressions, and that's spelled REGGEE apostrophe S Expressions.
You didn't do it right. You got to do your little R E G G E
REGGEE
E.
REGGEE apostrophe S Expressions.
Apostrophe.
I hate you. I hate you.
No,
I
you
hate
don't. No, you
you.
don't.
I don't like.
I'm the first person. Am I the first person to have multiple guest stars on your podcast? I think so.
Lord. REGGE apostrophe S
EE. It's
Expressions.
all in the neck. all of the neck.
Uh,
So
but yeah,
who has questions? I'm ready to answer some
you
questions.
want to learn how to do
I
all this.
look, I hate how
Dijo Reyes.
Facebook does the little what's it called? The little
Como
um transcribing while you talk. It's the worst.
Oh
It's
yeah,
horrible.
it
influencer.
does do that.
Quisiera yo, pero es muy difícil tener muchos seguidores. Yo tengo casi 3.000 o tres casi.
It's out of order. It's disrespectful.
You know
Pero
what's
no es
so funny
suficiente.
is we've been on here talking about nothing for the last 25 minutes. People just watching us talk.
Well,
So
what questions do you have, Reginald? Do you have any
I,
questions?
yeah, so seeing the behind the scenes process of what I did, was that interesting to you, or do you have any feedback in terms of what I could have done differently?
Look, this is your way of getting back to asking me if I'm going to do a podcast. You ain't
Because
slick. I've known you way too long. You're not slick. Whoever. Okay, hello,
who is
hello.
that?
Why do we have? I don't know. I don't know why we have to be that name, but hello.
Let me take that out. That's horrible. What's up? Yes. How y'all doing, brothers? What's going on, man? How are you?
Hello. Good evening. We're good.
Hello.
Right. Hi.
What up, my nigga?
Right. Like, how did we
Guy.
get there
He
during
says,
Black History
guys, I'm
Month?
black. Don't worry. Okay.
I mean,
Uh, well, come one, come all, man. I'm glad you clarified the truth.
we
No, I was about to be real upset for a second. And I was like, who
had
is
to
this?
bring it back.
No.
And
Go
during Black
crazy, go
History
stupid.
Month,
He
not during
didn't do
Black
that on
History
Black
Month.
History Month, did he? Nah.
We're not finna. We're not doing that.
We're not finna do that.
We're not
But
doing that.
so,
But to
yeah.
answer your question though, I think I do like the process of it. It seems, you know, even though it might seem kind of tough, it does seem relatively simple in the same token. I think the technical aspects of it are probably the most difficult, like getting the right lighting, getting the right angles, getting the right equipment and things like that. I can talk all day, so that's never a problem. But um, the behind the scenes stuff, I'd be like, oh, make sure I get all this right. Like that would probably be the most taxing part of it for me. But
It can be. It can be.
yeah, I was just gonna say, but from my experiences with you, you seem to, have a knack for it. Like you sent me links to click on to get it right. You sent me, you know what I'm saying? Like you did what we were supposed to do. I'm looking at the Facebook comments, by the way. Emma's really, really funny. But no, you made it pretty seamless, actually, to be honest. I mean, if, and I say if, and I can't believe you put that comment back up there, but if I say
I just thought it was hilarious.
welcome to blackness. If I decide if I decide to do one, I think I'll have you be my producer.
Yeah, I'll definitely do my best to make sure I give you as much knowledge as I possibly can. But I
I
will tell
appreciate that.
um, it is not for the faint of hearts, to be honest.
Right.
It
I
takes,
mean, well, hey, that's just like retail. So
yeah,
I
you know,
feel like we could survive retail all these years, then surely we can do a
we can
podcast.
do a podcast. Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
want to minimize. I don't want to
Yeah,
minimize the work people put in for podcasts. I don't.
yeah.
Um,
And
but
a lot of it is you by yourself. So when you
yeah.
have the negative thoughts, it's so easy to take over. Because at first, I'm telling you, I was actually very excited about watching it. When I got off work, I was
Hmm.
like, I had already had it on my phone. I came and I brought it on the TV, and I started listening to it, and I'm just like, I cannot believe you putting this shit out. But I keep it like that because I want people to understand that it takes, it's a process. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Even
Absolutely.
years in, I still have issues. You know what I'm saying? And I don't
Hmm.
really know what to do because, to be honest, that mic was far away from me. Normally, I
Hmm.
have it here, so I don't know what happened and what's causing it to be so loud now. So
Right.
I need to figure it out. I have to
Maybe
figure
you
it.
had it. Maybe you had it in ASMR mode or something. I don't know what set up like that.
I must have shit.
You
Maybe I
picked up
had it
everything.
what it throat microphone in your throat mode.
They
The
apparently.
obstacle. 'Cause- yeah, because all the time it sounds like.
Oh, this is good. Y'all hear the crunch? I'll be like, can we can we do a quick segue? What is the thrill or the enjoyment in ASMR videos? Like
Actually, to be
Emma,
honest, to be
exactly, Emma.
I do enjoy ASMR. It is too. I don't know. It's very. I mean, I can find some of the videos soothing. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Um, and it's just listening intently to sounds that you don't normally pick up on, through ambient noise because the
But
room noise.
I guess my most important question is why?
I don't know. I wish I had an answer for you, man. But I mean, but to put it in perspective, I'm not out here listening to 4 and 5 hours a day of ASMR. Like if
Because I'm gonna
it's
look at you
I
like,
go and I'm on YouTube and it shows up in my feed and I ain't got shit else that I click, I will listen to it and there you go. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not out here searching for it.
like people. I've gotten like people send me some, and it was like somebody was like had like a 3 piece Popeyes chicken, and was like taking the skin off, and you hear the skin, and you see
Mhm.
them. I'm
Yeah,
like,
the
what
ones
is
the
for
videos where
some people? It's
you
like a tingling feeling that makes some people relax.
yeah,
Emma, Emma,
what it is for
Emma,
me.
Emma, baby, Emma, Emma. I love you, and so help me grow. What is relaxing about hearing people chewing? I
Right.
need to
Everybody. Good point.
no, no, no.
Well, don't do a podcast. Do your own ASMR channel.
I refuse in the name of Jesus. It won't be happening. Nope.
Did you see what she said?
Sometimes it can happen by like brushing your own hair, but it doesn't happen to everyone. Like I guess I never. I don't. I can't picture listening. Now I can actually finally brush my hair, but like I don't. I guess I never listened to how it sounds to brush my hair. It just feels like I'm just scratching my hair. Like, oh
Yeah.
gosh, autonomous sensory meridian response. Thank you, Wikipedia. Sometimes sensory meridian response is a tingling sensation that usually begins on the scalp and moves down the back of the neck and upper spine.
Hmm.
That sounds nasty.
I think the one that I like the most is when they're whispering.
That sounds nasty.
I love that. For the whispering is the one that I like the most. That's what I
That
go on.
sounds nasty.
I don't like to see people chewing and eating and all that other stuff. That's
In
not my.
my in my Mr. Brown voice, stop being nasty. Like I, I did watch. So there's this one where I love. They made it to the meme where the girl is eating like this giant ball of Ferrero Rocher chocolate, which I love Ferrero Rocher.
Hmm.
And she opens up the big thing and she's like, "This sounds so good." And I'm like, "What?" But then one of my the favoriteest part of that video is when she first tasted it. And she and they made it a meme. She's like, "Girl," it's the funniest.
So say
Comedy
what's
for
up,
me.
Brianna.
It
Brianna,
definitely happens in music. Hi, Bree. Hi, Bree. Welcome.
what's up, Bree
I know.
Bree?
So Bree is really, really messy. So I know she has some kind of messy question that she wants to ask because she's definitely messy. I love
Hey,
you, Bree,
Bree Bree.
but
I
you
don't know if they call you Bree Bree, but that's okay.
know, I want her to ask me a messy question. But so I mean, different strokes for different folks. I don't want to be that guy to be like, "Oh my God, you do ASMR, you're nasty," because I can see. I guess I can understand its intent.
I'm gonna
And
do.
it's extremely popular. So
I'm gonna do it to Tuesday.
look, you see how intently Look at those ears. She is listening. She is listening so hard, and I love it. She's so intent on it.
Okay.
You are being passive aggressive about ASMR.
What?
Um,
He
I
said
don't
that.
think passive aggressive. I just don't. I don't.
Put it to me.
Maybe it's just because I don't understand the allure of ASMR. I don't want to say I'm passive aggressive. That's not fair. What dog is that? I don't know this dog. Who is that? That's the Nunu. I don't think I met this dog.
His name is Kari.
Hi, Kari. I've heard you in the background. I've never met you. I can't. It's a lot going on there.
He's so cute.
It's a lot going on
Y
there.
la bendición, cuando le decía bendición en inglés.
Bendición.
Have you ever had a song that gave you chills? That gave me chills.
Not the new.
That's the
Bendición.
Nunu. I don't know. That's Nunu. I don't know that one. And what song did it? Let me think, Emma, because my musical tastes are expansive.
And by the way, I want to introduce you guys to this is Juan.
Juan doesn't know English. Hi, Juan.
Juan doesn't speak any English. Hola, Juan. He's 22 years old. He's young.
22
He's looking for a
años.
wife.
Pero, ¿dónde vive?
Aquí mismo en la Florida.
And then Carlos. That's my husband, Carlos.
Jacksonville.
Moncriefisha.
Exactly.
Keisha.
Moncriefisha. Come on,
So,
Emma, with the Spanish.
Emma says, hola, ¿cómo estás, Juan?
The smile, the laugh. I don't. Emma just got married yesterday. We trying to do.
Say hello.
Todo bien.
we trying,
He said, total. Oh, why am I repeating what he said? Told him-
right.
He said, very good. Hello. Emma says, hi, Carlos. That's his.
Oh,
So I'm gonna
Emma's
teach him what I know. I'm gonna teach him what I know.
Emma's so interactive. Oh,
Don't
my mother just started
These
watching
girls
Jesus.
are married, honey. You can't look at these girls. They married, okay?
Right.
Calm down.
¿Cómo?
Esposa.
They married,
Esposas.
you know. So I don't know. I just
Tú eres hablando español.
Wait, I just thought about it.
Pero Carlos
I can't remember. I thought I remembered a song that gave me chills, but actually, I wouldn't say it gave me chills like, ooh, I want this feeling again. But I think it was a movement in the song when I first heard it. It's a song called Ready for Love by this singer named Malira. There was a part she did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was whatever movement she did. I was like, ooh, you better sing. And that was probably one of the only times I can think about it that gave me chills. I'm going back to chills since Brianna accused me of being passive aggressive. She said who? Her name is Melira. Milira.
I want to be.
Pero su cámara está al revés.
Melira. I think her
Porque el más
her
raro
biggest song was
derecho.
Go Outside in the Rain. I wanna go outside in the rain. It's like,
I don't know that version.
yeah, it's very 80s.
But I've learned in my old
Late
days.
80s,
I
early
don't really get
90s.
into music much no more.
Oh, I still do.
Cargar el
I
teléfono.
definitely still do. Maybe not enough of the current stuff, but definitely stuff from like the 80s and 90s I still listen to wholeheartedly. So
El teléfono usa cargador de los viejos.
I want Brianna to go to bed. Go to bed, Brianna.
It's early still.
She gotta go. She gotta go. She gotta go to school in the morning.
And they ain't ask you one question.
Except calling me passive aggressive about
That really wasn't a question. That was more of a statement.
See, Brianna probably didn't ask me any questions because she actually knows the story. So she probably didn't even try to tune into the podcast knowing her. But but since I've talked to her, she pretty much knows like the story. Um, I think Emma
So you
does
listen
too.
to
I
the
don't know.
80s, 90s, and more station?
A station of what? I don't
I
even
don't
know
know.
what that
That's what Emma
means.
said. Emma asked you that.
Um, no, not really, because so I know this is gonna sound old school and crazy, but when I want to hear a song, I want to hear a specific song. So I don't usually turn to like a radio station or something. I usually have music on my phone and I'll just go straight to the song. I don't usually turn on the radio itself. I'll just find my song and play the song I want to hear at the moment or album I want to hear. Because radio stations, they're too jumbled for me. Even like, I guess I have to create a playlist, but it would be like forever. So my musical listening depends on my mood at the time or what song I want to hear. I know you do Pandora or Spotify. Well, I have both. I was going to say, I do Spotify, but even with Spotify, I have to. I usually only use Spotify to find a song that I don't already have saved on my phone, and it's like now I can go into
You pay
Spotify.
for
So
Spotify?
I do. I have Spotify Premium, and I use it. I think I use it more with Alexa, especially if I'm like washing my hair or in the shower or something. Alexa, play whatever, and it's playing now from Spotify, and I'm like, thanks, Alexa, you're the best. So, but yes, Emma, we have driven together plenty of times, all the way to Yerler. So I strongly dislike commercials. I'm the same. Like when I want to hear a song, I want to hear a song right then and there. I don't want to have to listen to some Tide detergent commercial or something about, eHarmony. I don't care. I want to hear a song. Like it's time for a song. Play a song.
As I majored in radio
You did, yes.
many, many moons ago. But
Good morning. It's a good 76 degrees here in Ocoee, Florida.
why are you doing me like that, love? Hey, what's up, guys? It is currently 9:17 here in the beautiful Coy, Florida. 62 degrees outside. No, it's actually kind of warm. It's 72
It's
degrees
definitely
outside.
not
Low
62.
is 70. The high tomorrow is going to be 86
Charlie,
degrees. Hey, Paso.
me voy a
Ben?
acostar.
Huh?
Me voy a acostar.
Okay.
That's a good question, Emma. Hopefully he sees the question.
No.
Unless that was for me. Was that for me, Emma, or was that for him?
You going to bed? Juan was trying to.
Emma's
Oh,
gonna Emma's gonna tell us who's that for. Is that a question for me, Emma?
Le voy a traer el cargador para que no me como usted.
what he say?
Emma's gonna tell us eventually. I'm doing the Daniel.
Yolanda Bivens, is that mom?
Hey, mommy. That's mommy. That's my mommy. That's my mommy. Mi madre. My madre. I can never say it right.
So Emma, to answer your question, I was 25 years old when I got my degree in radio, um, and I was already working, making money at the time with the cell phone company that I was working with, and with radio, the way that it was back then, you had to work for free to be able to get on, and a lot of the promotions
Hmm.
stuff like that. Um, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't commit to it, and then I also didn't want to work for free either. So I put that on the back burner, and just decided I wasn't gonna do it no more, and decided I was gonna go into sales because I was doing really well in that job. And I would say in 2017, I actually had a co-host a while back, and he and we did a few shows. It never really jumped off the ground. We did a couple shows, and then, we ended up separating because we didn't work at the same job anymore. And long story short, I had a 3 year pause because I went from 17 until 2020, and then I
Hmm.
decided to, live life on purpose every day and be kind to people. and that actually was a quote that my best friend said before she passed away in November of
Hmm.
2019, and that inspired me to come back on and do the podcasting. So I've been doing podcasting now for 2 years, and I will have to say that it's difficult at times. Like for example, on Saturday I was really busy because I had interview before Jamal's interview, interview after. Then the episode, if you guys go back and watch it, we didn't finish it all. We had to do a part two, so I had to interview the next day. So it was really fun. It's fun to do it, but sometimes when you out here and you do it on your own, it's hard to be a self starter when you just feel like you're in a bubble. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I love what I do. I wouldn't change it in the world, and I think it was a necessary path to really appreciate what I do now. So, because I feel like I'm touching,
Hmm.
I really do.
You do. You do. I think you do great, especially with your weather reports. They're amazing.
So, just in case you don't know what the weather like is in Ocoee, even if you're in a different part of the world, you know what weather
Hop
it
on
is in Ocoee now.
Reggie's page. Reggie will tell you what the weather is
You're
there and
gonna
how
find
beautiful it
out
is.
no matter what time I get on the
Jesus.
computers.
I'll be like, ugh. So for me, Emma, I think as crazy as this sounds, yes, genuine love for what you do will get you anywhere, which
Mhm.
is what I thought about my former employer. But anyway,
Woo!
as far as radio, yes, I did do journalism in college, broadcast journalism. But I think so when I was in
That
college, I
right?
interned,
Oh, I
huh?
guess you did. Okay, go
I
ahead.
did, yeah. So I did two internships. I did one up in Chicago with Channel 5 WMAQ, and shout out to WMAQ Chicago, Channel 5, NBC. And then I did an intern down here at Channel 4. And I did not like the internship in Chicago, which is probably why I came back and did one here. But the one here was a lot more fun for me. But I think maybe I got a little bit too ahead of myself and thought, oh my God, I should be already be on TV. Why am I going to go pick up somebody's lunch at this restaurant I can't afford? It just became a little daunting to me. I was like, this is silly. Like, I've
Mhm,
been all these years in college just
mhm,
to be, fetching somebody's coffee. Like,
mhm,
no. I mean, at the very least, let me go on, field reporting and go with one of the reporters and do investigative journalism, things like that. Even I even started updating and proofreading the website because it was like super new at that point. Um, newsforjacks.com. And
yeah.
I just got to the point where I didn't really want to do it anymore. So I was like, nope, let's switch to retail. Um, as far as radio, I did radio in college, both at JU when I first started there, Dolphin Radio, and then Osprey Radio over in at UNF. And it was fun for what it was, but listening, as crazy as this sounds, like listening back to things, it was like I don't necessarily like my recorded voice. So I would hear my voice and I'd be like, ugh, like, can I pinch a vocal cord and get a little bit more bass? Like just a little bit more. If I could go back to it now, I probably would. I'm fine. I'm a lot more confident in my looks in my voice than I was back then, like 15 years ago. So it's like if I could go back to it, I would. And I'm sure if anybody knows of an opportunity, call me. I'll read some copy. Um, but I think my love, even though I did do broadcast journalism, um, my minor was print media. So I'm not print media minor, but it was print media, which I have a more of a knack for. Um, I guess proofreading and editing and things like that. Thanks, John. I appreciate you. Thank y'all. um, it just I people always call me the grammar police and the Mr. English. I should have been an English teacher because I like people to be correct. I've
Mhm,
always been taught, and my mother will tell you if she's still on, we were always taught to do everything we were supposed to do in excellence. So I hate to see people make silly mistakes, especially when they're presenting something to someone of a higher standard. Like No, you are presenting this website to millions of people and they see you can't spell, they're not going to take you seriously. I don't care if it's an online form, right? I hate you, Emma. We'll come back to rhinoplasty, um, rhinoplasty. But so all that to say, I just really kind of fell out of love with it,
Mhm.
and I think if the opportunity presents itself, I'd probably go back to it. Because now I'm a little, like I said, I'm a little bit more confident in my speaking and my
Mhm.
voice and things like that. So,
Mhm.
mhm.
I'll tell you this.
Yes.
It's a very interesting road that, I mean, you don't have to go the traditional route like you used to. I mean, you got
Hmm.
people who, can make a YouTube. It's more accessible than what it was before. There aren't
Much,
as
much more.
many as it used to be when it
Hmm.
came, because you did have to have a certain look or, speak a certain way. Because when I was coming up with the radio,
Absolutely.
it was about having an ambiguous voice, not sounding too
Or
black.
even an ambiguous name.
Right. Uh-huh. Exactly. And that's kind of changed now because,
Hmm.
I mean, AAVE is a part of the African American vernacular. English is now a part of the zeitgeist, if you will, and that's just how we talk as people anyway. And
Hmm.
it's interesting that you say, to hear people speak correctly. I know that was one way that people used to be able to try to keep us at bay. And when I mean us, black folks, because they would focus on how we talk and think that we didn't know how to present ourselves, when in reality, one has
Hmm.
the other. You know what I'm saying? So,
And that
but yeah,
was,
that you and I had that's what we grew up in. And I think that also
yeah,
had a lot to do with why we may have chose to do something different too, because we couldn't authentically be ourselves, you know?
right, right, absolutely. And just to add to what you just said about, or black people, if you will, it oftentimes we had to do the extra mile just to be able to be put on camera. Like
Yeah.
it's 2022 and you're just now starting to see anchors wear their natural hair out
Right.
and not some bone straight weaves or
Hmm.
something like that. Or people that don't you used to couldn't even have a beard on TV. Like that was
Hmm.
so wrong. You had to be clean shaven to be an anchor. I
Bye,
love you,
mom.
mama.
Have a good
Mm,
night. Talk
I
to you
love you,
later.
Mama. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
But yeah, in 2022, you're just now seeing that, and just like Emma just said, it is still an issue.
Mhm.
If I remember correctly, I think there's only 7 states in the United States that have rules against discrimination of natural hair. Like, what? Are you serious? Bye, my mama. So it's kind of unfortunate that I can't walk into, well, now I can because it's shorter. But I feel like a lot of it makes me think back to like a lot of years where I had the long dreads and I
Mhm.
had like sometimes the beard or maybe even the goatee. But was it the dreads that was maybe holding me back from some sense of advancement or some sense of promotion or something like that? No one will ever say it out loud. No one
Mhm.
will ever say it out loud because that's easily a case for discrimination. But
Mhm.
we get stereotyped often, and
Mhm.
people think that we make this stuff up when we say we get stereotyped just because I
Mhm.
have dreads. I might be a little tall. That's why I always do this, and I say, "Oh, you think I know that song because I'm tall?" Because you know, like Emma said, unfortunately, it's still something we go through even in 2022, where people automatically stereotype and marginalize us just based upon how we look. And it's very unfortunate, but I'm perfectly fine with
Estoy
challenging
con ustedes,
those
como,
types of stereotypes on the daily. On the
Mhm.
daily, I have no problems. I'd get somebody together if I have to.
Mhm. But and the thing about it is, it's very taxing to do that after a while, because
Hmm.
it's the microaggressions. People aren't they're not seeing it with the intent of, well, no, let me fall back. Yeah, they are. People say it in a way that is supposed to be non-threatening, but we feel that I was gonna say shame, but we feel that it's all the same, no matter how you put it. whether you say
Right.
it in a backhand comment or saying, things like, "Oh, well, you pretty cute for a black guy," or you ain't that bad for a fat guy, or whatever they say.
You wear
It's
your weight really well. Like,
it's like, come on, like,
what does that mean?
you know, I've heard it
Yeah.
all. Being, tall, black, being effeminate at sometimes, and gay. I get it
Yeah.
all. It's after a while you just get to a point where you just accept yourself, and it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks. You know.
And
Um.
it's funny you say that because I'm really starting to come into that a lot more the older I get.
Hmm.
Younger, I always felt like I had to present myself in the best possible light based
Hmm.
on societal standards just
Hmm.
so I could get a pinky toe in the door or a big toe in the door
They
because I
call
had
that
to
the black
present
tag.
myself.
You ever heard of that?
Right. You know what I'm saying? I have actually. And not even in like the retail landscape, but even just going into like different fields and things. Like
Right.
there's so many times where we are every single thing that we say or do gets nitpicked and
Yeah.
or
Yep.
um um generalized as the
Hmm.
black voice, the
Right.
black this, the black that. And I'm like, can I just have one day where if I misspeak or quote a song wrong,
Hmm.
that I don't lose my black card? Like
Right.
it's just like ugh,
It's
I
so
told you
tangible.
black
That
people were
part is
like
so
that.
damn. It's so even in our own space, even in black folks in general, we do that among each
Hmm.
other. Where we use that to. But to explain to y'all who may not know what black tax is basically where we have to work twice as hard to get half as much. That's kind of the idea when it comes to black folks, and that's why you have this thing called black excellence. But the downside of that is it's not realistic. It's hard to sustain that. To
Hmm.
be at a level of greatness at all times. You experience burnout. You experience a multitude of things that make you decide not to do something you're passionate about because of
Hi.
what others may think. So
Yes, here. My sister wants my car keys. You're welcome.
John Stacy said, "You're not gonna quote a song wrong, though."
You're the
LOL.
musical
You're the
library.
musical guru or musical
John
library.
is foolish. Why is John being foolish on this evening? I don't.
Hmm.
I think if it's obscure, sure, but if it's something like super current, I'm still wrong. Like I
Yeah.
don't know all the words to nothing but a G thing, baby. I don't know all the words, not in the right order. But
Hmm.
John is my buddy. We go way back. Hey, John, how you doing?
Look, man. Yeah, we're back. We're back. Took
Oh,
us a little
Mallory,
back.
Mallory.
But yeah, it's a different and interesting road that we navigate as being
Hmm.
black folks, and um, it's tough sometimes, because we'll notice, or I'll notice with among myself where I find myself getting upset at something I saw on TV, because it's black folks, or it's the way they depict us, and sometimes I just have to opt out of looking at the news, or socializing in some instances. I've become more of a recluse now that I've gotten older, um,
Hmm.
more or less, because sometimes the world is just so much to deal with, you know, um, and it's not fun. What
I
you
didn't mean to
laughing?
laugh at this moment. I'm sorry. I just looked at the comments and Emma asked me if this is a Wawa double mocha coffee. Not double mocha, salted caramel mocha.
So tell me what that means. Explain that to me. Is that
So
what you did?
Wawa,
Oh,
shameless plug.
gotcha.
Emma knows I love my Wawa. Like I go to Wawa almost every day. Like almost every single day, unfortunately. So that she knows I love my iced coffee from Wawa.
Hmm.
Bless her heart. But maintaining your peace and mental health. Yes, absolutely, John. Absolutely. And I think just to piggyback back on what you just said, Reginald, I think the good thing is that as a whole, and probably a little bit more with the newer generations,
Hmm.
mainstream media, mainstream America, as you will, if you will. is starting to become a little bit more accepting of something that used to be xenophobic to them, which I
Mm-hmm.
think is amazing. It's mainly the older crowd, and I really hate to say this because I'm not ageist in any way, but it's generally the older crowd that you get those issues from, those those kind of skewed points of view.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately it's those older people that are teaching the younger generation. But these days, with social media, with information being at your fingertips on every single phone, tablet, phablet, iPad this, iPad that, people can do their own research and start to notice their own things.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why, for me personally, it was so awesome to see so many non-black people um, protesting during a lot of the rallies and protests and things, because it's almost like they're finally starting to get it.
Mm-hmm.
They're finally starting to understand where we're coming from, and we're not making these things up. People think that you're supposed to just get over it, like, oh, we know it happens, or we're tired of hearing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you may be tired of hearing about it, but we're tired of experiencing it.
Experiencing it. Yeah.
Even in 2022, today I was strolling out some park, and I'm walking this way, and there's a lady coming who happened to be non-black, walking my way. She was looking off to the side as I was walking towards her, but when she noticed me, she was holding her purse like this on this side. And I think, oh, I was walking on this side, like, of her. We were like this. She was on this side. So when I was about to walk past her, she switched it and was holding it like this. Girl, I don't want your purse. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want your purse. You
Mm-hmm.
probably have an Amex card that you probably overdrafted anyway. You probably have $15 in cash in it. What is $15 these days? Like, girl, I don't want your purse. And it just made me like kind of look at her like,
Mm-hmm.
and at first, I was literally just standing there taking pictures of like the palm trees where I was because they were so beautiful. And then I saw that and I was just like, really? In
Mm-hmm.
2022, girl.
Yeah.
In
And that's the thing.
2022.
That stuff sticks with you. You know what I'm
It
saying?
does.
Sticks with you, and it's hard to shake. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people want to know why we're angry sometimes, and that's why
Mm-hmm.
it's difficult to explain something that you go through all the time, but no one cares to listen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's also, when it comes to infighting among us as well, they divide and conquer was a big, thing. That's a known tactic that was used to keep us from, getting from the top. It's crabs in a barrel, So
Mm-hmm.
um, just a little bit more. It's just all encompassing. You know what I'm saying? That
Absolutely.
overall experience, as being, black folks. I mean, even John, I'm pretty sure has experiences where, you know,
Mm-hmm.
he's been on the opposite side of that. And I have to, have conversations with Carlos sometimes about, just his experience versus mine. Like, for example, he can scream and yell at work and people be like, oh, Carlos is having a tough time. But if I just, were to be like, oh, the first thing they was like, oh, whoa, nope, we gotta, put him away, do this or whatever the case may be. And it's
Mm-hmm.
frustrating. It's frustrating.
I
I
think
think
I've turned into a recluse as well, but I may have taken it too far. I'm slowly letting people back in so I don't lose my connection with people who care about me. I would have sent this sooner, but oddly, someone called me. Oh, girl. Someone called her. But no, I totally get that now because I think I've often I'm very, very, as crazy as this might sound to people, I'm very low maintenance. I really am. I'm very low maintenance. I'm easily pleased. But um I'm not an attention whore. So
mm-hmm.
like I'm very reclusive unless I'm around my comfort zone who are my friends and things like that. Oh, we're gonna touch on this. We're gonna touch on that comment in just a second, John. I'm coming to that one right there. Um I think it's funny because the pandemic has really, really exacerbated my reclusion. Like I'm very mindful of who I'm around. I'm very mindful of who I talk to because it's innate, I guess, now to be even more reclusive. So it's like I need to get out a little bit more, but then when you go out, you experience the same things that should have stopped in 1999. But here we go. It's like,
Yeah.
oh. Like,
Yeah.
whoa.
hmm As soon as
And
I
then
get
like, sorry, go
as
ahead.
soon as I get out and I want to go somewhere and I do something, it's like, oh shit, I'm hurrying trying to get back to the house. It's like, it's too much, you know.
It's
So
too much. It's a lot. It's a lot. But yes, oh my gosh, John, Mallory, go to bed. Um, I feel you. I feel you, my friend, because we're the same height. I'm a little taller than you, just a little. Um, and I think that's why I strive so hard not to let my anger out because as soon as I do that, we're automatically called angry and aggressive.
hmm
And I even had that issue like at my former employer like a couple weeks ago. This girl said I was intimidating just because I asked her to hop on a register. No, we're not going to do that. We're not, because there's nothing about me that's intimidating unless you get on my bad side, which I don't often let out because,
hmm
especially in the retail landscape, people are watching you.
hmm
People are always watching you. And you
hmm
have to do, even when I look so tall, I have to do twice as much to not be aggressive or not even come off as aggressive.
Yeah, you almost
That's
have
why
to.
I think you do. Absolutely. That's
hmm
why I'm so, even if I'm in a heightened sense of irritation or something like that, I don't raise my voice because so often, as soon as I raise my voice, oh,
hmm
he getting loud, he's mad, he's angry, and I'm like, no, let's look at why I've gotten here. It's like as soon as I get angry, we always forget about what got me to that point.
You
It's
know,
just he's angry,
you get
and then
that?
even so, doubled with that, it's not him that's angry. It's the Coles manager that's angry and loud and no, we're not going to do that to me. You can get
hmm
as loud as you want. I'm still going to be down here. And Emma probably can tell you directly. She's probably witnessed me a couple times in Yulee where I'm like, ma'am, there's no need for you to cuss at me like that. Ma'am, there's no need for you to raise your voice. I'm not raising my voice at you. There's no need. I talk just like that on that level because
hmm
no one will ever say I yelled at them.
hmm
Because if they do, they're lying.
hmm
I don't yell because
And
once I
yeah,
get to that point, it's hard to get me down.
it's interesting you said that. I had a situation a couple years ago at the place I purchased my car, and actually to this day I still don't have a second key. Um,
Oh
but
wow.
I purchased the vehicle, and they told me to leave. Everything was done. Um, I was gone for 2 weeks, and I decided to go down there and get my second key. And they was,
Hmm.
we still need you to validate stuff. I'm like, y'all didn't I didn't traded my car in already, you know, and now you're telling me y'all still trying to approve shit. Like, how is that working? So anyway, long story short, the situation. I'm like a hot. Well, I'm. There's levels to my anger. You know what I'm saying? It's like Amanda Seal says, "How black am I gonna have to get?" You know what I'm saying? Like, how black? Because right now is not where you. I mean, I'm getting
Right
there.
now, I'm real yellow.
Yeah, right now I'm not a threat. But the interesting part of it is like what you said. I got to a point where it escalated, and there's a point where I'm like, shit's going on, and it's like, is this happening? Like, am I?
Hmm.
What is this real life? Like, I don't understand what's going. Did I do this? And then
Hmm.
after a while, I got crunk, and I was just like, and they were like, calm down, sir, calm down. No, don't try to calm me down. I've been here, da
Right.
da da, this, and this, and and I still hadn't got a key because it was such a bad
Hmm.
experience. I didn't even want to go back to that place. You know what I'm saying? And it's rightfully mine. I should have two keys. So,
Right.
but yeah, it's like
Emma.
peak level blackness. It's like I'm there, and now y'all trying to calm
Hmm.
me down. I gave y'all all these chances. I asked questions to clarify what was going on. You guys weren't telling me what was up. I'm asking this, I'm asking that, and y'all still over here. Nah, you know what? My niceness is out the door. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
And I think part of that is because mainstream America as a whole is, I think, very afraid, just like in slavery times, they're very afraid of an intelligent black person. And I think it's tough to see. I mean, and it's realistic because it's almost like they don't expect it. And that's why I like to challenge stereotypes like that on the daily. Like you're gonna see me, this big black man, and like Emma said, I can calm you down in a heartbeat because I'm you're gonna understand how unbothered I am by your attitude and your loudness. Like, okay, you're raising your voice, and at the end of the day, I'm still trying to help you.
Hmm.
I can help you better if your voice isn't way up here. Because I'm
But
not gonna listen to you if you're gonna yell.
even in that, the performance involved in that is just so taxing to me. That
It
I have to
can be.
practice the restraint to not cuss your ass out, even though you done attacked my character and done, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It shouldn't be that way, but
And
that's
what
just the world we live in at this point. So,
that
and
is
then
absolutely it.
this idea that customers are always right. It's just like, you know,
I will never say that out loud.
I get you remember Michelle back in the day, Nicety?
Mhm.
That's what I do. I
Da,
get real nice.
da, 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 da,
Some
da.
people think
Just
I'm
call me nice to you.
some people think I'm nasty, but if they really want to know, just ask me. I'm
Catch the
next.
beat, catch the beat, catch the beat.
Oh, yeah, all over the place. Yeah. Sorry,
And
but
that's the thing. No,
Michelle.
but you're right though. I think in what you said, I think you have to kind of be mindful of your audience. And I wholeheartedly agree with you in that it shouldn't be that way. And until people realize how badly they are acting, it has to be that way, unfortunately. And I think that's why I have so much fun with it. I think that's why I'm so good at it because I make it fun. I make it a challenge to myself to see how well I can handle this heifer right here that's yelling at me about some expired coupon that expired 2 months ago. Ma'am, so even in the whole adage that the customer is always right, I'm going to do everything I can to show you how wrong you are and how foolish you look trying to use this coupon that expired 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, if you notice right here, it does say, well, ma'am, if it doesn't expire, why does it have expiration dates? In the most calming way, I'm gonna get you together. This was on sale last week. Why? Well, ma'am, you can't go to a gas station and ask for last week's prices now, can you? Okay, great. So let's see what we can do today. It's the way you can do it to where you don't have to get up here. And I used to challenge myself like that on the daily, and it was
Mm-hmm.
fun. But again, in and of again, as a manager in the building, I had to be very, very aware of my audience because I want my associates to know that I support them, but at the same time, I'm going to fight for them. So I used to tell them all the time, don't let these people talk to you any kind of way. You don't have to take it. Apologize and say, let me get my manager. I don't care if I'm not the manager on duty. Call me. I love stuff like that because it's fun. I love it. I absolutely adore it because I think I handle that stuff the best because I know I in my mind I always have to be mindful of my audience, and it just became easy for me. I think,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
even though and like you said, even though it's a struggle, it's a daily struggle to kind of to not act as people expect you to act because
Right.
of this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a daily struggle, and
Difficult.
unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
it'll continue until people realize that that's what they're doing. that, so,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
She said, I'm
So
so unbothered.
yeah.
It stresses people out that you don't go off. It really does. I have so many stories of people just getting pissed off. A, because I didn't give them their way, but B, I didn't go there with them because it's like they want that ammunition. They want something to write about. They want something to record and put on their Facebook lives.
Mhm.
I give them content without giving them character.
And the part about it too, like for me, like I really intently listen to what people say. So
Hmm.
the thing about that is a lot of times people would just they'll give you the answer to what it is and it's funny when I go back and I use that back, like I'll repeat what they say, but you just said, so I'm not sure how that, you know, that
Right.
hate, like I'm not sure how that because you just said this, and I just want to understand why, but I just
Right.
so I can tell, that you're upset about something that has nothing to do with this situation, and that's understandable.
Exactly.
You know, this is, you know, John Stacy said, "Top Rev."
That's funny.
But yeah,
I got a little bit of knowledge in this pea brain of mine.
I mean, you're not that
Years of
much,
experience.
but
I'm
I don't
not
have
that what? What'd you say?
younger. You're not that much younger than me because I was gonna say I'm older,
But
so my
younger enough. But
sure.
younger enough. And I'll
But
always be younger
hey,
enough.
what I was gonna
Because
say,
we move at the same time, right? So I'll always be this much younger.
is I just I don't really have the patience a lot of times, and uh,
Hmm.
I might be. I wouldn't say I'm not bitter, but sometimes it's just like I'm not playing this game. I'm not gonna give you. I'm gonna give you all of what you're looking for plus more. So,
Hmm.
that's you. I'm there. You push me to this limit, so we're gonna go there. Let's go. Let's have it.
Hmm.
You know. I mean, I'll never physically fight somebody. If I had to square up, I'm comfortable with taking care of myself. Like I ain't scared to, do a windmill on somebody. Shit, I ain't
Oh
scared.
my gosh, not a windmill.
You know what I'm
Oh, I
saying? Like,
did. I
not
did.
me.
I I picked up a lady once. A lady slapped me, and I picked her up and picked her up over her shoulder. She's like hit me in my back, and I put her outside. And I
Wow,
said, "Have a great day." I was at Target.
wow, that's crazy.
I got written up for it, of course, but whatever. I don't. She slapped me. I literally had a mark. I was floored. I was like, I have never been. I've been spit on. I've been cussed at. None of that bothers me. But you're not. That lady slapped me, and the first thing I thought to do was grab her ass. That's what I
Oh,
did. Come out. Let me go.
you
Put
ain't
me
you
down.
you ain't gonna spit on me. That's some nasty shit.
It's
I don't.
disgusting.
Nah.
Happened at
It's
university.
You ain't.
nasty.
Who
That's
who
that's
did that?
legally assault. That is legally assault. Oh
Oh yeah,
no.
we not doing that. No, ma'am. You ain't finna let it come from your mouth and hit me.
Mallory.
Nah, I'm good. We
Yeah,
don't.
I've gotten it.
Yeah.
But and it's sad that even in the retail landscape, you can't act out like you really want to because baby, if you catch me in the streets, do not let this bougie fool you. Please do not let this bougie fool you. I am still from the
Mari,
south side of Chicago.
Mari,
You will get it.
que nosotros no entendemos.
Mm-hmm.
So you always have to be mindful of your audience. And I didn't want any of my coworkers to see me like that because that can stick with you in your career. And I was like, no. I want them to know. I agree with you, Mallory. I should have definitely. But she left once I put her out. She left. She said she was gonna go get her brother or somebody. I was waiting. It was
Mm-hmm.
10 a.m. I didn't get off till 5 that day. I was ready.
He was ready over there in Arlington, acting silly. Boy, you better
Okay, Targetto.
over there in Arlington.
I wish is Tanita still on? Then we could tell her. She would tell you. We didn't mess around. We won't get loud with you, but we not just gonna just let you
Mm,
talk to us any kind of way. That's not gonna happen,
yeah.
ma'am. Ma'am. Tanita's good for ma'am. Ma'am.
So, but uh,
Ma'am.
with that being said, y'all, we done been up on here for an hour and 18 minutes,
Whew.
and we got one question. Thanks.
We got more than one question.
Did we?
Emma asked like 3 questions or 4.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
She
Cool.
did. Thank you, Emma, for being such a willing participant and a great interactive person. I appreciate
Go
you, Emma.
ahead.
Thank you.
Hold
Emma's supposed to be on her
on. Wait.
Emma's supposed to be on her honeymoon.
Mm-hmm. I
Emma's
didn't.
supposed to be on her
Did you ask
honeymoon
the
and
question,
she came.
Mallory? You may
Mallory,
have.
did you? Maybe I got lost in the shuffle. What did
Yeah.
you ask, Mallory? Let me see. What did Mallory ask? I don't think Mallory asked the question.
She just did. She said she just did. I didn't
Oh,
ask. I didn't ask a question. That was a question.
that's a question.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, if
Emma,
it's
it's tomorrow. Enjoy, Emma. Go away. Run
boo,
away. Get away.
that was the question. Boo, Mallory. Boo. Yeah,
I can't stand
we
her
about to get off
sometimes.
this thing. I'm gonna spend some time with my husband, and
Please do.
and I appreciate you coming on here. It was actually fun. It turned out to be a lot better than what I expected. I feel better now. So
No, absolutely. Listen, I'm just you always. We've known each other what 15? No, 13 years,
I'm like,
14 years, however many years. I'm like, wait, oh 08? But I think we get along so well because we challenge each other's modes of thinking and can appreciate each other's points of view without stepping all over it. Like
right.
always. And a lot of times we agree, but even when we disagree, we are both willing to listen to hear what you each other have to say, and can agree to disagree. And I've always appreciated that about people, um, especially you. So of course, yeah,
Oh,
definitely. That's why
thanks,
it's
Jen.
easy.
No, no,
I
no.
feel great. I have been officially the multiple guest star of your
There
show.
you
I
are.
feel like
Yeah, this is true.
special guest star,
Yeah. Well, the
Jamal.
last time I invited my special guest star on, I ended up having to fire him, so we won't do that this time. Emma
I
says,
wish
"Good,"
I wish I had a thundercloud.
and
Shade.
Emma also said it was fun. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for coming out. I really do.
Thank
And
you, Emma. Absolutely.
if you guys hadn't already, please go and follow Reggie's Expressions on Facebook and Instagram. And
Reggee apostrophe is
express exactly what he said. Thank you. All right,
Gee apostrophe is.
yes, expressions. We love you over here. You have yourself a good rest of the night. And
Nothing but love for y'all, definitely.
we appreciate it. Part 2 is coming in next week, and we'll probably.
Yay.
All right, guys. Bye.
You know what? After part 2, let's do another live Q&A. I think that'll
Okay.
be fun.
So part 2, live Q&A.
Part 2.
Bye.
Adiós.
Adios. Buenos noches.
Ciao. Bye, Sankalisa.
Bye, Moncriefisha.
Have a good night. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye. Good night.